Okay, so the second part of your exam style question will be, after completing income statement, balance sheet, and all of those bits and pieces in task 1 for Roach, we now need to go and analyze those figures using our ratios. So the scenario is, after what seems to have been quite a successful and profitable year, the owner of the business has approached you as their accountant for advice as to whether they should expand the business next year. So you are to compose advice to the owner, preferably more towards 250 words, because I don't think you can demonstrate much understanding in 50 words, about the ability of the business to support the expansion of the business in the next financial year, considering the current earning capacity of the business. Provide ratio calculations to support your reasoning. Within the industry that Roach operates, the industry average for the gross profit ratio is 50%, 25% for the net profit, and 20% for the rate of return on owner's equity. Now, typically speaking, when we're looking at expansion and things like that, we would be focusing more on the rate of return on owner's equity. If it's quite a high ROR, then that would support the owners putting more money into the business and funding an expansion. If it was low, then no, you would focus on improving the net profit position before we embark on any expansion. So first things first, what you will have to do in your exam is to, even though we might only focus on one ratio result, we need to calculate all three ratios as part of your exam response. Try to type while I talk. A bit hard to multitask. Okay, so our formula is gross profit, underline underneath that, over net sales. However, we don't want that underlined, so just highlight that. Highlight, Control U for underline. Okay, and we will times 100. Anyway. So in year 1, okay, we've only got 1 year in question. Okay, so with this table, okay, we're only dealing with the year in question. So our gross profit, if we return back to our figures, okay, for our income statement, okay, our gross profit is 264,519. Okay, and our net sales, remember, net sales is sales less sales returns. So we are using this figure here. So it equals 264,519. Let's just use this here, over 315,500. Okay, we can use some brackets here. Times 100. So then that calculation leads us to 83.84%. Incredibly healthy. Okay, net profit ratio. Maybe let's do it this way. Net profit. Spelling. Net profit over net sales times 100. Okay, in your exam, you'll be handwriting this. Okay, so that should work much quicker for you. So our net profit, okay, again, going back to our income statement. Our net profit is 232,064, and our net sales, again, is this 315,500. So we've got 232,064, 315,500 times 100 equals 73.15%. Rate of return on owner's equity equals profit over average owner's equity. Okay, so in this case, remember, average owner's equity was an extra little bit of trickiness, but to find all of these figures. Net profit, first of all, again, comes from here, and okay, our owner's equity, okay, we're trying to get average owner's equity, so it's owner's equity for this year plus last year divided by 2. Now your exam question might state at the bottom, like it has in the textbook a couple of times, it might state that owner's equity for last year might be a certain figure, and then you can plug that figure into your calculation. However, a tip for those of you that will to note now as you go on through the next couple of years, you'll notice that we close everything off to capital at the end of the year before we roll over. So what you'll find is this figure here, this capital figure, is actually the final balance from the previous year. Okay, that has all been our capital from the year before that, plus net profit less drawings, okay, for the previous year, came to this figure here. So when we're doing our average owner's equity, we can do 416 closing for this year plus 185 divided by 2. Okay, so we've got 232,064. Let's get this bracket happening. Over. So what did I say? Another bracket. Over. What have we got? Just write this down because I'm switching screen because I'm videoing and all at once. Okay. So 416. 445 plus 185. We need 2 brackets here because this is a separate mathematical equation, mathematical operation, divided by 2 to calculate the average. Okay, and then that is all times 100 to give us our percent. So if we put all of that into our calculator, okay, we'll show the next step of working even. 232,064 on 300, 722.5. Okay, that's our average owner's equity times 100 gives us equals 77.17%. Okay, so we'll go on now and construct a paragraph in order to finalize the second part of the task. Okay, so we've done our ratio calculations. Now we need to answer the question and draft some advice to the owners of what our findings are and what we recommend. Okay, but our industry averages, you'll notice, were 50% of the gross profit ratio. So you can see that this here is very healthy and substantially higher than the industry average. Net profit ratio benchmark is 25%, again, incredibly healthy. And in this instance here as well, rate of return on owner's equity, 77.17%, significantly higher than the 20% industry average. So based on that, okay, what you'll find, it'll have to be in the next video, is because this, I'll focus on this one here, okay, because rate of return on owner's equity is the owner getting a decent return for their investment in the business. Okay, if they are, then they can look to expand, put more money into the business, to create a bigger production line, to create a new location, Like if it's a restaurant business, they might go and open up another location somewhere. Okay, expand the business, continue their management style, and grow their revenue and profitability. Okay, so with this substantially higher than the industry average, they have the opportunity, I think, to expand the business, okay, and make more money. That's what people are in business for, making money. Okay, I hope that makes a bit of sense. We'll go on in the next video to construct a paragraph and a written response.